I write a suicide note. Here, in the absence of words to defend myself, without examples, without models, I began to believe that I was a freak, that I am broken. I remember the third grade transferring from a public school to a Catholic school. In public school, I have long hair. In the Catholic school, I am told I have to cut my hair. I wanted to play foursquare with the girls, but now I am one of them. I am one of the boys. Early on, I am told to get in line after a morning bell. Girls in one line, boys in the other. I walk past the girls. As soon as I look towards the other line, though, I feel a feeling of differentiation that confuses me. I don't belong there either. I stop in between them. The nun, I realize, is staring at me. She's shouting at me. I'm not trying to disobey. I'm just trying to fit in. My silence infuriates her and she starts to hit me. And suddenly, most improbably, if it happened in a movie, you would never believe this, but there's these screeching tires and my mom just happened to be driving by. Totally true. She jumps out of her car. She hurls herself at this nun, rips me away from her, rescuing me. She warns the nun never to touch me again. And I think I'm safe, but then she takes me home and she's trying to understand what happened. But I have no real language to describe it. I'm unable to understand why she can't see me. During my sophomore year in high school, when I watched many of my male friends start to develop facial hair, I kept this strange, relentless vigil, staring in the mirror for hours, afraid of what one day I might see. Here, in the absence of words to defend myself, without examples, without models, I began to believe that I was a freak, that I am broken. After school, I go to the nearby Burger King and I write a suicide note. It ends up being over 4 pages. But it was addressed to my parents and I really wanted to convince them that it wasn't their fault. I cry a lot as I write this note. I was very used to traveling home quite late because of the theater. I know the train platform will be empty at night. When I see the headlight, I take off my backpack and I put it on the bench. It has the note in front of it. I try not to think of anything but jumping. Just as the platform starts to rumble, suddenly I notice someone walking down the ramp. It is a skinny older man. He stares at me the way animals stare at each other. I don't know why he wouldn't look away. All I know is that because he didn't, I am still here. Years later, I find the courage to admit that I am transgendered and that this does not mean that I am unlovable. I finally came out to my family. We went to dinner. I dressed as feminine as I could, wanting to be seen by strangers as Llana, hoping that waiters would not call me sir or he, as if these people suddenly had the power to confirm or deny my existence. My mom is also a bit talkative. She always introduces herself to the waiter, waitress, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Lynn. This is my daughter Llana." And the waitress smiled and said, "Wow, she looks just like you." When I was young, I wanted very badly to be a filmmaker, but I couldn't find anyone like me, and it felt that my dreams were foreclosed simply because my gender was less typical than others. I am here because there are some things we do for ourselves, but there are some things we do for others. So this world that we imagine in this room might be used to gain access to other rooms, to other worlds previously unimaginable. Thanks very much.